Thanks for watching another how-to video brought to you by PoolGuySupply.com. Today, we're going to show you how easy it is to replace the salt cell for your AquaRite salt system. That's this thing right here. Now, your AquaRite system might not look exactly like this one. Depending on how old it is or where you got it from, it might even say Swim Pure Plus or Mineral Springs, but these are all essentially the same system, with different stickers slapped on the front. As long as it's a square-shaped box that says Hayward or Goldine Controls somewhere on it, it'll probably behave exactly like the one in this video. Also, if you have an AquaLogic or a ProLogic system, the process will be pretty much the same because they use the same salt cells, but the way you interact with the control panel will be different. Check out the links in the video description if you still have questions afterwards. This system is reading the salt level at 600 parts per million, and it's showing both the low salt or check cell light and the inspect cell light. We know this reading is incorrect because we have manually tested the salt level of the pool water, and it's right at 3200, right where it should be. This means the cell is probably worn out and needs to be replaced. Any local pool store should be able to test your water accurately for you if you don't have a means to do it yourself. Also, we have already cleaned the cell that we're going to replace. If your cell looks like this one, has a bunch of calcium deposits caked up on the plates, it could cause the salt level reading to drop, so make sure your cell is clean before you spend the money on a replacement. Now we can replace that cell. Make sure your pump is turned off and remove the old cell from the plumbing by twisting the threaded unions counterclockwise away from the cell. You should be able to do this with just your hands, but if the unions are too tight, you might have to use a large wrench or a pair of channel locks. But only use a tool if it's really necessary, and be careful using any metal tool on these plastic parts because you don't want to damage anything. Then remove the cell plug from the control panel and set this old cell aside. Next, get your new cell ready. We're using a simple cell made by Optimum Pool Tech to replace this old T15, but any brand cell will install the exact same way. Place your new cell in the plumbing, making sure the O-rings inside the union tailpieces stay in place. They're going to be what's forming the seal. And then tighten down the cell union nuts by hand. Try to tighten them evenly and firmly, but there's no need to go all out when tightening the unions. You want them just snug enough not to leak. And definitely don't use a wrench or another tool when tightening these plastic parts because the extra leverage could easily damage them. Now all that's left is to plug the new cell's cord into the control panel. Make sure to press it in nice and firmly so it has a good connection. Then go ahead and restart the pump. With a clear cell like this one, you'll even be able to see the water flowing through the cell. The control panel's memory still has that low salt reading stored in it from before, so if you want to get rid of that, just click the diagnostics button 5 times to see the instant salinity reading. Then when you see the number that more accurately represents the salt level of the pool, flip the switch up into the superchlorinate to reset the panel's memory to display that number that it's currently showing. Oftentimes, a brand new cell will read the salt level a little higher than it should, like this one reading 3600 or 3500 when it should say 3200 parts per million, but it will usually come down on its own within a few minutes, although sometimes it might take up to a few days to read perfectly accurately. But as long as that power light and that generating light are both on, the salt system is functioning like it should. And here we are about 10 minutes later and it's reading perfectly accurately at 3200. Thanks for watching. Be sure to visit our website, PoolGuySupply.com, for all your salt system and pool supply needs, and check out our other how-to videos as well. Be sure to let us know if you have any questions by contacting us or leaving a comment, and if you have any suggestions for a future how-to video, let us know.